I'm Anil Kumar sharing with you two test questions based on primary trigonometric ratios. I'd like you to pause the video, copy these questions, answer them, and then look into my suggestions. Question number 1. John was climbing a 7-meter ladder which was placed against a wall at a 76 degrees angle. He dropped one of his tools directly below the ladder. The tool landed 0.8 meters from the base of the ladder. How far from the top of the ladder was John? Four choices are 6.8, 3.6, 3.2 and 2.8 meters. Question number 2. Find the angle between the line y equals to 3x plus 5 and y-axis. And four choices are given to you. Now, I hope you have got some answers for these. Here is how I will approach these questions. So let's look into the very first question. So it's a ladder, very popular question, but very important from test point of view. So what we are given here is that the ladder, which is 7 meters, is at an angle of 76 degrees. So that is the sketch for it, 7.0 meters. And somewhere the tool is dropped. So let's say this is the position. So let me just draw like this, right? Now what is given to us is that the angle here is 76 degrees and this position is 0.8 meters. Everything is in meters, correct? Now we need to find how far from the top of the ladder was John. So what do we need to find? Let's be clear about that. Otherwise you get a wrong answer. So we need this distance. How far from the top? That is what we need to find, correct? So how do we approach such a question? Well, from the given scenario, we can always find the height up to where the ladder reaches. Let me call this as capital H, right? So this is the height up to the point where the ladder reaches. Since it is opposite to 76 degrees and we are given the length of the ladder as 7.0 meters, we are going to use sine ratio, right? Opposite over hypotenuse. So we know sine of 76 degrees is equal to the height up to which the ladder reaches over the length of the ladder, the hypotenuse, 7, and that gives you height as 7 times sine of 76 degrees. Perfect. We can also find the height where John is by using the smaller triangle, right? Since the tool landed 0.8 meters from the base of the ladder, that means this is the base of the ladder. From here it is 0.8. So that becomes a right triangle again. In this right triangle, since we are looking into opposite and adjacent sides, we are going to evaluate tan of 76 degrees, correct? Which is, let's say this is small height, lowercase h, over 0.8. So that gives you the height of John from the ground as 0.8 times tan of 76 degrees. And this is the answer which we need, let's say x, right? So this value of x is difference of these two, right? It is 7 times sine of 76 degrees minus 0.8 times tan of 76 degrees. Perfect. So that is how you should be solving it. Now let's take out the calculator and calculate the result. So it is 7 times sine of 76 degrees minus 0.8 times tan of 76 degrees. And that gives you 3.58. So we get this as 3.58, which when rounded will give us 3.6 meters. So B is the right answer. So I hope the steps are absolutely clear. So most of the trigonometric ratios relating to the right triangles could be solved with primary trigonometric ratios, and only thing which you need to remember is how they are related, right? So sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tan is opposite over adjacent. So that helps us to figure out. But definitely you need to make the right diagram. Now let's look into the second question, which is find the angle between the line y equals to 3x plus 5 and y-axis. So let me sketch again a line here. So the line is with a slope of 3, y-intercept of 5. So let's say something like this. It's a very rough sketch. So this is the line. So where this point is at 5. Okay. Now, how is slope related with angle? So you learned initially that slope, which is in this case equal to 3, is same as tan of theta, where theta is the angle, right? So theta actually is the angle with the x-axis. So theta is this angle. That is theta, right? Angle with the x-axis. Because if you see carefully, let me just make a triangle here, for example, to explain the concept. Theta will be this angle. What is slope? Slope is rise over run, right? So rise over run. But if you look at this question here, let's say this is y value, this is x value, then this is change in y over change in x, right? Let's say change in x and change in y. That is rise over run. And it is also same as tan of theta. Correct? It is same as tan of theta. Therefore, we are given that tan theta equals to 3. Is that clear to you? Perfect. So that is how we get the angle of the line with the horizontal. But remember, what we need to find really here is with the y-axis. We want to find this angle, right? Let's call this angle as phi. Okay. I'm using these Greek symbols. You should become conversant with it now. Okay. So let's find what is theta first. So theta is equals to tan inverse of 3. Correct? So let's find it. What is the angle with the horizontal? So it is shift tan inverse of 3. We get 71.56. Correct? So this is this angle. But what is the angle with the vertical? Since we need to find angle between the line and the y-axis. So we need this angle. So I'm just writing phi here. What should phi be? Total is 90 degrees, right? So it'd be 90 minus 71.56. So let's take away 90 from this and get our positive answer, which is 18.43. So we get 18.4. So that is the first option. Do you see that? So the angle which this line makes with the y-axis is the vertical line, is 18.4 degrees. So I hope the concept is very clear and you really get help by solving these two questions. Feel free to write your comments and share your views. I'll be posting some more multiple choice questions for you to practice. Thanks for watching and all the best.